Hi guys, you might not have seen a video to this channel for quite a while, and I get it. Like, you probably not even wondered where I am, or you might have forgot about the channel. I think it's high time that we had a little bit of a chat, as you can tell from the title of the video. So, I've been here, or we've been here, I should say, now coming up 6 years in April. And out of those 6 years, it's been, really, really good here. Very little problems, and at least 4 or 5, I should say, out of those 6 years, one of the biggest benefits we had was income. So I need to explain what's kind of happened 3 weeks ago, where things are now, and my plans for the future. And I think a lot of it is going to be involving YouTube, which is why I wanted to post this video. So I'm going to go back just a little while to February 2019, where I was very lucky in getting a client as a freelancer for data entry. And I'm not going to go too much into the work. I don't really want to divulge who the client was. But let's just say it's a German company, and I was completing data entry work. It was really easy, no issues at all. And I could kind of pick my own hours as well. The pay was quite reasonable, and I was working up to like 40 hours a week. So, being in Bulgaria, which the cost of living is less than the UK, it was fine. Then when the pandemic hit in 2020, the company had did some job losses, and they approached me and asked me if I wanted to cover as an SEO manager, which I had some knowledge in SEO, so I was still freelancing at the time, and I kindly accepted. Then what happened was I kind of joined in with them in SEO, and the job was they had clients, and we would try and get those clients to be high up in Google search rankings, and we would make sales on their behalf in order to get commissions. And then it was going really well. And then in November 2021, I got offered a contract. So I was freelancing for roughly about a year and a half, and I got a contract in 2021, and things were great. And then suddenly in 2022, like, I would say the back end of 2022, things just didn't go according to plan. So what happened was there was some promotions going on. I didn't really look at the promotion because, let's face it, I mean, guys, I'm 43 years old. I was happy to have the job that I had. And to be honest, competing with younger people who have got, a lot of marketing degrees, unlike me, who was self-taught, I really didn't want to rock the boat. So it was something that I was looking at, but not at that time. And what happened was, in around October last year, we had, or I should say, my manager and I had a meeting, and they mentioned, about the possibility of promotion and to look at some maybe look at some projects together in the future. And I says, yeah, absolutely, I'm up for that. So around about that time, we were prepping for Black Friday, which is the busiest time of the year. So that kind of took a sideline, but it was always in the back of my mind. So over this period of time, like not over Black Friday, but after Black Friday and end of December, I was sending out various messages saying, hey, this was to my manager, let's connect, let's have a chat, let's get together, let's sort out some plans. And I didn't really get a lot of communication back. On the back of that, Christmas came and went, and then we were in January, and again I was sending messages and I got some response, but you know, it was like, oh yeah, let's arrange it, and nothing was done. And I know that they were very, very busy with a couple of different projects. Then I noticed as well in that past couple of weeks that something seemed off, very, very off, in which communication with the team members, I just didn't feel that there was something right. I didn't know if I had created a problem or if there was something I needed to do. So I reached out to HR and I had an informal chat with HR, explained and said, look, I might just be being paranoid. I hope I'm not being selfish. Like, am I committing enough to the team? Am I doing enough? Like, I wanted to know if there was anything that I could do to better it, or if there was something wrong, what I could do to correct it. And HR said, reach out to your manager, which I explained I've been trying to. And then I thought, right, I'm just going to go ahead and schedule a meeting. So I did. And that was on, I think it was the 1st of February, either the 1st or the 8th, I can't remember. It was a Thursday. And so the meeting was scheduled at 3 o'clock my time. So the meeting came and we exchanged pleasantries, and they said, like, how can I help? And I said, well, I'm looking for a feedback on how you feel that I'm doing. Is there anything that I could be doing better? Anything I'm not doing so well, etc., etc. Now, before I go into this, I just also want to say, while I remember, that I reached out to my peers and I asked them and said, hey, I have this meeting scheduled with my manager. Can you tell me, how do you think that I'm fitting in the team? Is there any issues? Anything you want to address? And the feedback I got was good. It was like, no issues. Just really, really busy, closely working with some other team members. You're doing a great job. So I thought everything was notably fine by this time. So when it came to the meeting and it came to the crunch and I asked, I got told I was being laid off. It was a bit of a shock. Well, it was a big shock, to be honest, at the time. And I'll be honest with you guys, I probably wasn't the most professional. I was really upset about it because I didn't see this coming. And then when I asked why, the reasons that they gave kind of didn't make sense. Like that they were disappointed that I didn't put enough projects forward, which I kind of wanted to get involved, but bearing in mind that we had only talked about this from October and then had November in place, which was a really busy period, then Christmas. So then we had January, and then into February. So that was a really short window, which didn't make sense. So I'm kind of wondering if they meant before that, in which case, like, I'm thinking, well, why didn't you not come to me and tell me about this? It just sounds like what they were saying was that I didn't take enough initiative. And if that was the case, then I didn't know that I needed to take that kind of initiative. I saw others doing it and others wanted to flourish. And I would have done that when I was ready, but I just felt like I had other things. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I did have maybe a short period of time last year where I was suffering some anxiety. It wasn't work related, it was outside of work. And I dealt with the issue. I feel that I dealt with the issue. And that was even brought up as well. And I was kind of annoyed about it because they said, we're concerned about your mental health. And I understand this about the mental health, but I don't think anybody who isn't professionally qualified has the right to make an assumption to say we think there's something the matter with your mental health. So unless you're a registered mental health nurse or a practitioner, they have no right to say that they have thoughts that there's something the matter with my mental health. There's nothing the matter with my mental health. When there was, I approached it. The company had a person. I approached the person. It seems that the managers also spoke to this person, which I'm not happy about because I feel it broke confidentiality. I don't know whether they've said anything, but the fact that they went and they didn't discuss it with me, they've went to the person and then discussed it with me afterwards, I was pretty annoyed about as well. So yeah, like my mental health is totally fine. And then I said, okay, what happens now? Because I wasn't being fired, I was being laid off because I couldn't be fired because I wasn't given any written warnings, final written warnings, anything like that, which legally you're supposed to do. So they very kindly did let me leave with 2 months pay, which was, I really appreciate it. I mean, I don't want to feel that I left on bad terms, and they did have some nice things to say about me. But I'm going to be honest with you, like, niceties are one thing, but it doesn't make me feel any less annoyed about the way that it was handled. And then on the back of that, they said that that day was going to be my last working day, and literally at the end of that call, they kicked me out of all the systems. That's fine. I totally... if that's what they want to do, that's fine. There's nothing I can do about it. What's done is done. What does hurt, though, is people that I thought were friends in the company that I grew close to literally ghosted me. Some even blocked me on social media, and that hurt a lot. Because even outside of work, I would never have went to that person and said, oh, I haven't got a job and you still have, blah, blah, blah. All I would have done is, honestly, hand on heart, God's honest truth, to say, you know what, I'm not going to lie, I am sad, but I still wish you the best of luck and hope that we keep in touch, because I really had some good relationships. And to this day, still, I haven't heard from these people. I've heard from one of my immediate peers who reached out. A couple of other people from other departments have reached out, but that was more or less it. I really want to apologize as well if you can hear background noise. It's the freezers which are in the office. So yeah, that's where things stand at the minute. So I'm kind of done with it now. I've processed it and I'm moving on. But it's like, where do I go from here next? Like, am I stuck in Bulgaria with no money? Well, no, because we still have a form of income coming in. But I still want to be self-reliant on the income I make. And I think it's high time now that I just swallow my pride, get out there, get my head down and do what I really want to do. And that's content creation, whether it be written, video, whatever. So YouTube, I think, is going to play a big part of this. And in that time, I've done a lot of research, and what I want to do is I want to start creating some videos about my path, my experience to what it's like working as a freelancer, how easy it can be at times, how hard it can be in times. There's a couple of key things that I need to follow. One is being consistent. And the second is multiple sources of income, so that I've always got a backup plan. And the third, that I've made a promise to myself, is that even if the opportunity came for another contract, no matter how good it is, I'm never, ever, ever going to work again for a company. Because you know what? This has happened to me before. When I go back to the meeting with HR, they even said, this isn't a normal company. You can really like, pour your heart out. And that's the way I thought it was. And yeah, I just feel like I got dropped from a great height. And that's the way it is. But I'm fine. I'm absolutely fine about it now. I wake up in the morning, I actually feel happier as the days have gone on. And I'm really excited about what's to come in the future. So I've been doing a lot of research. So I've got a couple of projects in place. One is a different YouTube channel, which I'm working with somebody else with. There's my own YouTube channel. There is Upwork, which I'm going to do another video probably tomorrow on my projects that I've been working on, my first earnings, what I'm working on this week. Things that I'm avoiding and why I'm avoiding them. I've even created an Etsy shop, so I've been quite busy. And there's some other things that I'm looking at is in AI tools. So yeah, there's like quite a lot of projects that I've got going on for my own personal benefit, and I'm really excited and really looking forward to it. So the chances are that you aren't subscribed to this, because now I've been researching how the YouTube algorithm works. And what I would say is, if this is something that you would like to follow, then I would ask for you, please, to subscribe. I've got just over 400 subscribers to my channel. I can't monetize it unless I reach 1,000 subscribers. I know there's ways and means I could buy a channel with that subscribers monetized. That's not something that I want to do. I have a budget. I want to look after that budget and keep it as low key as possible. And if that means that I've got to put in the hard work, I'd rather put in the hard work. So if you would mind subscribing to the channel, giving this video a like, please leave a comment as well about things that, if you can relate to this experience, or if there is other things that you find that might be helpful. I want to be able to share these experiences that I'm going through now, including my first kind of like scam, that it's not really a scam, but just to make you aware, which is going to be another video coming up soon. Yeah, so there's a lot like that I want to share with you guys. I want to reach out, maybe some possible collaborations with other freelancers, other content creators down the line. I'm just not sure. And then obviously I've got some other ideas as well that I would like to show you. The city close to where I live, which is not Sofia. A lot of people that think about Bulgaria, they think of Sofia. This isn't Sofia. But things like that I would like to show you, and yeah, like a bit more about me. So I'm back, guys. I'm going to be growing the channel. I'm probably going to be changing the name. Came to me in a dream, and I think I'm going to change the channel to Broke in Bulgaria. So I'm going to do that. It might already be done by the time you see this, I'm not sure. But yeah, this wasn't scripted. It's probably got very little editing. I just wanted to get my thought process, explain to you what happened, that I'm fine. I'm really looking forward to what's to come. And yeah, that's everything that I can think of. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for your support, for your encouragement, and I very much look forward to talking to you guys in the future. So until the next video, I will see you guys soon. Have a great day.